got a request a while ago, and I apologize. It's taken a while to do Anne Frank, but the whole body, because I just did the head before. So this is Anne Frank and the whole body, and I got a little smudge, so I turned it into a heart, right? Like, you get a mess up on paper, can't remove the mess up, just put a heart. I do it all the time. So Anne Frank is a Jewish girl that hid behind and above her dad's shop. Okay, so we're going to start with her head is a circle. Always start with a circle, right? We just start with a circle. Okay, so she's kind of looking over to the side. So we are going to make a side here. Can you guys see this circle? It's here, right? We're going to put a little nose here and a little mouth there, okay? On the circle, we're going to get her, take my hat off just in case, 2 eyes. So we have 1 eye. I just made them simple. Little jelly beans, little chiclets. And for the nose, well, we don't want the top there. I just made it very simple. It's just going to be a slight angle and then just put the nostrils up like that. Simple. Mouth. I just made her have a little side grin. And I'm going to erase this middle part. Now, this might be more of her as like a schoolgirl picture. Going to school might be the outfit she'd wear. The only thing that's going to be a little different is that she did not get her, this is her journal, and she would write to Kitty in it. That's who she would write to. Not an actual cat, but she called it Kitty. And she'd write to Kitty in it. Okay, so now we are going to do her ears. So she's going to have a little cute little earlobe coming out of here. I admire Anne. She was her older sister. It was her and her older sister. Older sister was like the smart, pretty one. And she was the more spunky. Oh, she was spunky McSpunkers. Okay, so let's do her hair. So we're going to make her hair come down. Let's give her some eyebrows. Eyebrow. If you want to make her look more like a girl, this is what I would do. Kind of do a line across the top and then just give her some like lash. Doesn't that just kind of makes it look more feminine? Bam. Okay. So, see? Makes her look more feminine. And then now we're going to put her hair. It's going to come all the way to the eyebrow and to the side. And we are going to make her hair up more. So it's going to come down. And I'm going to put a clip in her hair. Like her hair's pulled back into like this barrette. I like the name of that. It's a barrette. And we're going to erase right in here. You know what? I don't think I brought this up enough. We're going to make it come up to here. And we're going to make this side up, over, and make this side come over. And she had a cute, it's like a shoulder length hair, maybe a little above. Kind of like half curls. It was cute. And she did have a longer face. It was fine. So we're going to put her neck in there. Okay. And to put some hair, I did a little hair piece here, but you don't have to. And I'm going to put some hair here. Like some coming down. Okay. She looks cute. Let's see, what else do we know? She received her diary. This is right there, her diary, on her 13th birthday, and she would write to Kitty in it. And it was white with like red stripes. At least that's the images that I've seen. Okay. So we're going to do her collar. Oh, her collar is more of like a V. So we're going to put like a V here. And collar coming out. And then I made scallops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. and 2 little buttons down below. I'm going to make her shoulders come out a little more. And let's see. Maybe it's going to come in a little more. She does have her shoulder coming out. Little poof, give her little poof sleeves. And this is like the cuff on her shirt, and then we'll make her dress come down. So let's do another poofers. Little cuff here. What else do we know? Oh, she dreamed of becoming a writer, and she even rewrote her diary, preparing it for publication for after the war. So she's like, hey, it's pretty good. I think I'm going to prepare it. Unfortunately, okay, we're going to put her satchel in, her side bag. Put her side bag coming down. How far do we want this to go? Let's make it come to about right here. And inside's going to have her satchel. So she has her arm. I'm kind of just sketching it out so I know where it goes. Yeah, like that. Okay, so this is her. Satchel, and inside here is her diary inside there. This is her arm. It's going to be holding on to the bottom of the bag. So we're just going to make her thumb here, and then her rest of her fingers are just going to be wrapping around the bag. It does look a little odd, but it works. Right? Okay, looking good. Let's see. Her father, his name was Otto Frank, was the only one that survived in her family. I know. So they actually, Anne Frank was born in Frankfurt, Germany in 1929. They were happy little Germans, but then Hitler, oh, what am I doing wrong here? I don't think I brought this down enough. Okay, so we're going to bring this bag down because this is the band around her shirt. Let's bring the bag down. So we're going to put her phone or diary right in there. It's going to be popping out, Anyways, they're living in Germany. They had to escape of the Nazi persecution because they were Jewish. And they said, let's go to Holland. They're a nice, neutral, happy place, Well, so he owned a little shop there, but the dad could tell that something was not right. So he thought of an idea. They had space up, like behind the wall and upstairs, cramped little space. That over time, he created a fake bookshelf that they can take it apart, go through there, and close it. And if I remember correctly, they even have a buzzer, or that might be the hiding place. But anyways, that would hide it. Well, it didn't come about till he finally says, this is what we got to do. And all of his employees knew, and they were in on it. And so they kind of helped out because at that time there was food rationing. So they didn't have a lot of food, so they'd have to get the food rationed. Anyways, it's a crazy story. Okay, so her arm, we're having her elbows come out, and then she's going to be holding her book bag. But it's her writing, the diary is about her life inside there. And there's, I think, a boy. Yes, there was a boy inside that hid away with them. His name was Peter. And they even kissed, and they liked each other. But unfortunately, somebody told on them, and they found out. And they were taken away. And I think she died from typhoid fever, or she just was really, she got really sick. Okay. All right, so let's do her legs. Okay. So she has little knees here, and they're going to come down. And on the back, this is our calf, and it'll come down. Okay. And so we got her little knee, come down, and then go behind it. Now we're going to go do her little, I gave her little bobby socks here. But I don't know why they call them bobby socks, at least in the United States. I'm sure they don't here. So she's German, but she went to Holland. And she did have a cat named Moortje, Moortje, Moortje. She loved her cat. She loved her cat. She talked about her cat in her journal. She missed her cat. They did finally get a cat, I think, that they gotta love, because the cat didn't go with them. The cat actually, she gave to a neighbor because they couldn't take the cat with them. So the neighbor, but then reports have it that the cat got really sick, and so they had to put the cat down. So that's sad. So those are cute little, these are called Mary Janes. And we'll give it a button here and give her a sole. Sole, well, the bottom of her foot sole. I did do, why does her face look so funny? You know what? I don't think I did her eyes low enough. Let me see if they look, if I brought them down a little bit. Because they just don't look. Make the nose maybe a touch smaller. I'm going to bring the eyes a little bit lower. Just a little bit. That might make all the difference, you know? Not much. And her eyebrows up here. There we go. She looks a little cuter there. Anyways. Okay. Oh, we got to get the other foot in there. Here we go. Mary Janes. Why are they called? You know what? I should find out why they call them Mary Janes. This is a type of shoe. It's like little strap over leather shoes. Very cute. I think every girl at one point had a pair. But they're coming back again as Doc Martens, and they're very popular. My daughter has a pair, kind of like it. So, it looks okay. We're going to Sharpie it now. And I do have fun facts, and we will color it together. Okay, I'm going to Sharpie around the outside. Okay, now I'm going to erase. Okay, I'm taking peach. I'm going to color the skin. What else do we know? Oh, this is kind of funny. Her math teacher, before she went to hiding, gave her a nickname, Mistress Chatterback, because she loved to talk in class. She was Miss Social. She loved friends and boys and socialness and talking. She loved all that. Her sister was a complete opposite. Her sister was kind of like an introvert, a studious, like just studied and was quiet, but she was Miss Social. So she got Mistress Chatterback. She was a fan of Hollywood. Up in her hiding place, she would put up pictures of like Hollywood stars, and she dreamed that someday she was going to be a Hollywood actress. She loved all that stuff, along with being a writer. Okay, so I did the peach all the way through. Now we're going to put in tan. So the tan is going to go wherever the Sharpie is to give it a shadow. We're going to go around her eyes just to make it look like it has a shadow there. So wherever the eye socket would be, we'll go around there and around the outside. And the nose, go around the nose and underneath the shadow. And we're gonna go under the chin. It's a shadow under there. What else do we know? Okay, I already told you she was born in there. If you've seen my other video of her full face, then you know that my husband is from Holland, and we went there and I got a tour the home. So you get to see where she lived, the bookcase where they hid. And so she would look out, they'd black out the windows upstairs, and she would peek out of the windows and she'd watch the world going on around, like down below her. And she'd be always sad because the world would go on and she was stuck behind these walls hiding. She was very sad because she needed some social. And then at nighttime, they would sneak downstairs and they had a little radio so they can listen to the BBC, the British radio station, and they can hear what is going on because they didn't know what was going on. And their employees would come and bring them food and help them out, and give them some pink with some rosy cheeks. But they ate a lot of like boiled cabbage and bleh, things like that. Nothing too exciting, you know, because there was food rationing, so there was limited in what you could get, and you had to have tickets to be able to get what you wanted. Okay, so I'm going to start off with coloring her hair, whole head light brown, and then I'm going to go some dark brown and a little black. So we have some light brown. And so her dad was the only one that survived. I can't even imagine, because when you send them off to concentration camps, they separate the men from the women. So they didn't know where each other was. And the dad came home and to find out he was the only survivor. So he thought, and then he found the journal, her diary, and then he goes, I need to publish this, tell the world her story. And now she's famous. It's published different languages throughout the world. So this is the same. We're just doing her little gift bag, little school bag, and then I'm going to color her, all of her shoes, the light brown, and then I'm going to go over with the darker brown. This is just to give it that nice warm base color. So now I'm going to come in with the regular brown, and we're going to go around the face, and under here it's going to get darker. So we're going to have darker under there, and then I'm going to press down a little lighter. So darker right underneath that chin, and as you come out, it's just going to get lighter. Go around the ear, and good job. This dark brown, leaving a little bit of that light popping through. She did have dark hair. It was very rare for a Jewish child to have blonde hair because they would think, oh, you must be German and not Jewish. So that was a rarity. They were the lucky ones. I mean, lucky in a way. I've got dark hair. I love dark hair. But back then, Hitler wanted to have a race that was all blonde hair, blue-eyed. So if you're blonde hair, blue-eyed, they would keep you alive because they thought that you were better than the rest, which is not true. I don't know. So there's a dark hair, and then we'll put a little touch of black in there. Do I even, oh, I think it's still in my, there it is. I'm just going to come in here, a little bit of black right underneath the chin to make it extra dark down there. Maybe along the hair touch. Okay. So now for her dress, I just gave her a cute like flower dress. So I just came in, I started with the pink. So this is a regular pink. I pushed it down harder. So like this, make the little petals. But then the rest of it is lighter, except for a collar I made white. So I'm just gonna color the rest of this a light pink. Then to make the flowers pop a little bit more, I'm gonna put some magenta. So After you do the flowers, I'm going to get, this is magenta. I'm just going to go around the outside of the flowers. Bloop, bloop. You want to put a little greenery, you can. Anyways, I think you got this, and I'll see you in the next one.